Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Garance French and this is Garance Revolution. We are back for a third video. This time it's about ranking the TV shows that I watched last year that were released in 2025. I've made a video like this for the movies and the albums of 2025, and I will do another video for the books that I've read. Not the books that were released in 2025 because I haven't read a lot of books that were released last year, but books I read last year. Anyway, I'm very excited. I have 29 shows and like mini series that I will be talking about that were released in 2025, and I will be ranking them. Just before we start, I'd like to let you know that I have created an award show called the Golden Media Award. It's an award show where you can vote for your favorite artist in cinema, music, and TV shows. The link is in the description, it's a Google form, and the results will be up on February 7th on the channel. Alright, so we are here with our tier maker template. Let's just look at the categories. We have yearly rewatch. Usually every year I have like my comfort shows that I watch every year like religiously, like Avatar, The Last Airbender, every year religiously. If not, I will die. There's plenty of shows that I really like to watch. Well, not plenty. There's a couple of shows that I really like to watch pretty much every year. And so, yeah, that means it's good. That means I need to watch a show, otherwise I will die. Next, we have See You Next Season. It's a very great show. Maybe I'm not going to watch it every year, but I'm really looking forward to the next season. And I'm excited about it, and it was a great show. Next, we have Watched It for the Culture. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was like, yeah, I watched it because, but like, it was okay. Next, we have What the Hell Am I Watching? I feel like it's pretty explanatory. What the hell am I watching? And then we have DNF, which stands for Did Not Finish. So those are the shows that I just like, I was like, I cannot stand this. I for my own sanity and mental health, I will press pause and leave that show because this is not happening. First, we have Haunted Hotel. I'm gonna put that in See You Next Season. It's an animated show and it's about a haunted hotel. It's yeah, basically it's about a mother and her two kids who run the hotel of her deceased brother, and he's here as a ghost. Basically, he used to run his hotel, but then he killed himself, and now he helps them run the hotel, but like as a ghost. And so there's lots of ghosts and stuff. We have a child that's possessed by a demon. So it's like a 17th century little boy like that's possessed by a demon and does the most crazy things. There's lots of ghosts and all sorts of entities within the hotel, and they're desperately trying to like rebuild it to have guests over to make money. And it's very fun. It's super funny. And it also explores like deeper subjects like grief and stuff. And I really liked it. And I really hope there's a second season because I loved it. And this kind of shows that tend to be cancelled. Like Netflix is from Netflix, so it tends to be cancelled or like not like renewed for another season. And I hate that because those shows are so good. But I hope it gets another season. And if there is, I will be here. I will be here. Next we have House of Guinness. I'm gonna put that in See You Next Season, but after Haunted Hotel. Just like I did for the other videos, I will be ranking like within the tiers so that I can make a top 10 of my favorites and my non-favorites. House of Guinness. So it's about the Irish brand Guinness and how it started. It's from the creators of Peaky Blinders, which you can tell. It's great. I absolutely loved it. I love the use of music. They use current like Irish music in it, and it was just so cool and beautiful. And it really shows how like things have not changed that much between now and then because we make songs about the same kind of political stuff. And it was fascinating. Of course, it's fictionalized, but it's based on a true story. I really like it. It's messy. These people are messy, but I love it. I love it. And yeah. Then we have Bref, point deux. I don't know how we would say that. Bref deux. I'm gonna put in See You Next Season, even though I don't think there will be next season. Basically, this is a French show. If you don't know, I'm French. This show was released. The first season was released like over 10 years ago as like 3-4 minutes episodes. It was like 80 episodes that were lasting 3-4 minutes. And it was basically following this man who is in his 30s and just like going through stuff, you know, his 40s. And this season, it dropped, well, about a year ago now. And it's like nearly 15 years later, the same actors. And now it's like, it's not exactly the same format. It's not like 3 minutes episodes. It's longer, like 40 minutes episodes, but really much in the same editing style and stuff. It's about him trying to evolve as a man. It was, first of all, what a surprise it was. Like, that was the French people really loved this first season, and we never expected another season. Out of the blue, out of nowhere, they announced there's a second season, and it's about this man now in his 40s and basically exploring like how he sucked in his 30s and how he did a lot of bad things he regrets, and he's trying to find love because in his 40s and he's married and he doesn't have kids and there's this pressure from society. And then he explores relationship with with women, but also like with his friends who maybe have not matured and still like very much the guys that like create the problems and like, I actually don't want to be your friend because I'm not that person anymore. It's so interesting and so moving. It is extremely funny. It is in the same editing format as the first season, so it is extremely funny. but we talk about a lot of things. We talk about grief, we talk about death, we talk about it's very emotional. I have cried multiple times watching this, and yet laughed also out loud multiple times. So definitely, I don't think there will be a third season, but definitely see you next season. If there was, I will be locked in. I will be locked in. Next, we have Cassandra. Now, this is a mini-series. I'm going to put that in see you next season as well. There's not going to be, again, it's a mini-series, but you get it. My review of Cassandra is my most viewed video on the channel, with like 10,000 views. Huh? This is a German miniseries where a family comes to live into a house that's like from the 70s, and there's some like wood screens on every, and then they accidentally revive this robot called Cassandra, and maybe she's not actually a robot, maybe she used to be a person that used to live here. And I'm not going to spoil you anything. You can go watch my review if you want. I love the show. I love the show. It was scary, but also like not overly scary. There was a bit of blood, a bit of gory stuff, but it was also a lot about the human experience and what it means to be human, and how men suck, more or less. So I loved it. There is not going to be next season, but if there was, trust me, if there's any sort of spin-off, I will be locked in. I will be locked in. Okay, so far we're doing good, like only good things. Next we have 1,000 Blows. I'm going to put that again, see you next season, and I am seeing them next season. I'm currently watching season 2. This was season 1 last year. Season 2 has been released. I am in the middle of watching it. I'm loving it. But I just love this one. It's starring Stephen Graham and Erin Doherty and other people. The show released at the same time as Adolescence, with which they are both like working on. But I love this. It takes place in like England. I don't know, when in the 1800s. There's lots of like boxing matches, and we have Mary, who is a thief, and like basically they're criminals and stuff, and they try to go through life, and it's such a good show, and I am obsessed with it. I'm watching season 2 currently, so I am seeing it on this season, and I love it. Next we have The Residents. God, The Residents. I'm gonna put that, I think, right after Cassandra. This has been cancelled by Netflix after 1 season, even though that is one of the greatest things they have released last year, in the last couple of years. We follow a murder investigation in the White House, and basically everyone that was there is a suspect, and like basically every room in the White House is kind of like it's not its own person, but like it has a story and stuff, and it's very fascinating. It was a very good show. It was cancelled because it was a good show starring a black woman, so why would we keep it on? We're Netflix, So I loved it, and I wish there was a season 2. I'm not gonna say anything about this because I'm gonna be mad. Next we have Adolescence. I'm not gonna put this in yearly watch because this was hard to watch, but trust me, that show, incredible. They have been winning Emmys and Golden Globes and stuff like left and right, and I get why. That was Adolescence, like shook me to my core. It is hard to watch because it's about violence and stuff. It was such an incredible show. The way it was shot, it's like 4 1-hour episodes, like with no cuts. The acting, the directing is incredible. That 3rd episode with Erin Doherty, like the story in itself, how it explores the murder, but like not the actual murder, but like the reasons why, and the crisis of like masculinity and stuff. I also made a video about this, but it was one of the best TV shows that were released in the last decade, even since like I truly believe if I had to make a list of like the best shows of the century, it would be on there. That show was incredible, and it was hard to watch. That's why I'm not putting in yearly rewatch, because yearly watch is more like for my comfort shows. But I loved it. Next we have You, season 5. That was the last season. I'm going to put this in see you next season, although that was the last season, but you know what I mean. At the bottom though, because I liked You. It was a good show. The first season was good, then after this I didn't care for it as much, but I like this last season, and how spoiler, but how what's his name? That stalker Joe, he's really being held accountable for everything he did, and how he sees himself as like the hero, like I saved all these women. Girl, you killed them. You killed them, you killed their boyfriend and their loved ones. You did not save anyone. You are a psychopath serial killer. And then at the end, maybe the problem is you. That was a bit corny, but like, yeah, I get that. So it was good, and that was a great finale to a great show. Next we have Running Point. They're saying Kate Hudson. I'm going to put this in Watch It for the Culture. It was fun. It's about a woman and her brothers who like run this basketball team and stuff like this. It was fun. We had Brenda Song in it, but a couple of interesting things happening. There's like rich siblings fighting over like their father's inheritance. They are discovering that they have a half brother that their father had with the help. Like it was fun. Like if there's next season, I might watch it, but like also if I don't watch it and if there's no next season, it was fine. Next we have Paradise. Oh my god, Paradise. Oh, the 2nd season is releasing soon. I am obsessed. I'm going to put this right after Cassandra. Right there. Paradise. I didn't know what it was about. I knew there was Tobin K. Brown and James Martin in it, so I was like, let's watch it. The first episode I was like, yeah, okay, it's about the president and the White House and some like troubles and stuff. And then the twist at the end of the first episode, I was like, huh? Well, huh? And so that made me want to watch the rest of the season so bad. And I can't wait for the second season. I'm obsessed. And so yeah, see you next season. Like I am here. I am here. It's releasing like very soon, like in less than a month. I need to get ready. That was the first season was incredible. I really looking forward to the second season. Next we have Outlander season 7. I'm going to put this as See You Next Season again. Season 7 was starting to release in 2024. It finished releasing at the beginning of 2025. In a couple of months we have the last 8th season coming up. I'm obsessed with Outlander. I love it. I'm not putting in yearly rewatch because just like adolescence, it can be pretty violent. It can be pretty hard to watch. So I'm a sensitive girly. I need my peace. So I love it. I love it. I think I'm going to rewatch all of it. I want to read the books as well. But I'm obsessed with Scotland, as you may or may not know. I have like my other channel is fully dedicated to Scotland. So I love Outlander. Outlander was one of the starting points of my love for Scotland. So I will always cherish the show forever. So yeah, see you next season. I cannot wait for the 8th season. I'm very sad it ends, but I'm going to read the books and everything. And I would put it in a yearly rewatch, but I don't have the strength. I don't have the mental capacity to watch this every year. Like, this is a lot, but I love the show. Next we have, what is it? Oh, that's the full, I can't see anything. The full seasons. I'm going to put this in Watch It for the Culture. I remember watching it when I was working at the university in my city. I was working as a, I don't know if you call it like a patient, basically a fake patient, the exams of the future doctors that are at the university. And I was waiting for like 3 hours because I was in the first shift. So I watched like a couple of episodes of this miniseries. I don't know if it's a miniseries or just a series. It's starring a bunch of people, Colin Domingo, Steve Carell, amongst like Tina Fey, amongst many others. It was fun. It's about couples, like middle-aged couples going through stuff. And it was honestly a cool watch. I really enjoyed it. If there's a next season, I might watch it. But also like, if there's not, you know, it was fine, but also like I'm not obsessed with it. Like it was fine. Next we had Sirens. I will put this again in Watch It for the Culture. This was a show with Julianne Moore, and I do not remember these actresses' name. I never remember them, I'm so sorry. But it was a show, basically, it was kind of weird. It was about this girl who works for this woman who's a bit crazy and might be like running a cult. And this is about rich people, and her sister tries to come and help her, and they fight. It was cool. It was a cool watch. I don't know if there is a second season coming. But again, like, if there is not, I'll be fine. Like, it was good, but like I don't need to see another season. Like, I'm actually fine with it. Next we have Fubar season 2. I'm gonna put that, I don't know, maybe at the bottom here. So see you next season, but like at the bottom. So that is the season 2 of the show starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Monica Barbaro. I really like the first season. I like the second season too. I will watch the third season when it comes out. I don't know when. But I don't really have much else to say about this. I don't know if it was as strong as the first season, but I kind of like the show. It's nice. So yeah, see you next season. Next we have HPI. So that's another French show. That was the 5th and last season. I'm gonna put this in see you next season as well, but like probably like around here. A lot of people were disappointed by the ending of the show. I can understand why, because it's pretty like out there for a show like this. It's a cop show about this woman who is a cleaning lady and she's high potential. We have the remake, the remake, the American remake, also the 2 seasons actually. Basically, she helps the police to solve crime and stuff. And I really love this show. It's one of my comfort shows as well. But yeah, the ending, some people were disappointed. I can understand why. I also can understand why they chose this ending. It's a bit out there, but like I get it, and I will probably rewatch it. Maybe not like every year, but like actually I might put it in a yearly rewatch. I'm gonna put it in a yearly rewatch just because it's really that like I could actually rewatch it every year because it's almost a comfort show to me. So yeah, actually, you know what? Yearly rewatch. Next we have Wednesday season 2. I'm gonna say see you next season, but like kind of at the bottom. So I kind of liked season 2. Lots of people didn't. I can see why, but I didn't mind it. Like, it was fine. I didn't expect like a masterpiece, but like it was fun. It was fun. We had some cool moments, and yeah, I made a review also. So if you're interested in that, you can go look at that. But like it was good. I'll see you next. Like I will watch the next season. Hopefully, it doesn't come out in like 3 years. Like it was good, but also like I can see why people didn't like it. So like, see you next season, but like at the bottom. Next, we had Black Mirror season 7. I'm gonna put it see you next season, like probably Above Paradise. I've never really watched Black Mirror. I was pretty young when it started like airing, so I wasn't really into it. I watched this last season, except for the last episode because it was not for my taste. So cool. I mostly watched this season because there's this the lesbian episode with Emma Corrin and who else wasn't it? Issa Rae. I love this episode. I love this episode. I love like cinema and when they go into movies and stuff. I loved it. So that's what made me want to watch the show. But I didn't really watch the other seasons. I could, but like it was great. But sometimes it's a bit too violent. So I don't know. Sometimes it makes me a bit like too uncomfortable. Like I'm too sensitive for this. So I don't watch every episode. But I really liked it. It was a great season, and I might go and watch some of the episodes from the other seasons, but maybe not all of them because I'm sensitive. Next we have Only Murders in the Building. That was season 4. Oh my god. See you next season, definitely. I'm gonna put it above Cassandra. I love the show. Again, it's like one of my comfort shows almost. I really like the show. It's very funny, and I love like crime solving shows. So I love it. But I can't wait to see what they do next season because they tease at the end of this 4th season the murder like Tina Fey, like not her but like the guy she plays. They're trying to branch out like out of the building a little bit, and they're gonna go to London, which is interesting because they kind of have done everything they can like in this building, and you can make a whole show just in one building, like that can become very redundant. So they have managed to like basically the character of Tina Fey, spoiler, but like she dies in front of the building and she's not exactly in the building, and then they're like, oh my god, she's dead, but we can saw her mother, she's not in the building. Then she kind of wakes up and puts her hand like through so that her fingers like in the building, like, now we can. And it was a very fun way to like poke fun at themselves, like, we need to branch out a little bit, and I think that was very fun. So I can't wait to see what they do next season. And yeah, I'm here, I'm set. Next we have High Potential, so I'm gonna put both of them, like basically we have season 1 and they also starting to release season 2. I'm going to put this in like see you next season, but also like I was a bit like, it's a remake of one of my favorite shows. So like I was a bit, I made, again, one of my most viewed videos is about the remake of this show. So, it was an interesting show. It's a good show. It's very Americanized, so it's not exactly the same vibe as the French one. But it's pretty good because, again, I like murder solving shows. I have some issues with the way it was paced and like some stuff that happened. I feel like the first episode of the 2nd season should have been the last of the 1st season. Like, I don't know, it was kind of weird in that sense. But, the full season hasn't been released yet for IM, so, I can't wait to see the rest of the season. But, yeah, I liked it. It was fun. It's different from what, like, you can watch and expect, like, shot-for-shot remake of the French one. It's not as good, in my opinion, but it's pretty good, so I like it. See you next season. Next, we have Chat Powers. Oh, my God. This one. I love it. I'm going to put that over here. I love Chat Powers. I made a review also. It was so fun. It was so funny and so well written. And I really can't wait to see what they do next season. I just love the show. It was very funny. And again, I made a review, so if you want my opinion, like, I really like the show. Like, the makeup was great. The acting was great. It was very funny. And it was just very funny. And I liked it. I just couldn't wait to watch the episodes. And I kept laughing. And it was just so fun. So I really liked it. Next, we have All's Fair. I'm not even sorry. I'm going to put in did not finish. That is probably the only show I did not finish. I am very, how can I say this? I tend to give everything a chance. I will watch everything till the end. Like a movie, a TV show, I will always give it a chance. As I said multiple times, I have watched Riverdale like all the way through. I have watched 7 seasons of Riverdale. Like, I am capable of doing things you have no idea. All's Fair was the death of me. I watched the first like 4 episodes. I was like, I think I'm going to make a video about like rage bait shows. Like, clearly this was one of the most horrible shows I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I was planning on making a review, but I was like, I don't even want to give it like the attention. It was so bad. It was obviously only meant to like rage bait people, and I hate it. It was just so unfunny. It was poorly acted. You have such a great cast, and you waste it on like lines like this. Like, I'm not even like I'm like disappointed in the actresses because there's like Glenn Close and Sarah Paulson and lots of people. Naomi Watts. I'm like, why did you do this? Like, are you in debt? Like, did someone force you to do this? Because, like, do you have any dignity? Like, I don't know. I understand that, like, the acting business is hard and that sometimes you have to take roles that, you're not proud of or just, But, like, I would rather, like, live under a bridge than be in a show like that. Like, what the fuck was that? It was truly horrible. It was just a suck up to Kim Kardashian, and she's so bad at acting. I, like, really, one of the only shows in my life I did not finish. I gave up like halfway through the 1st season. I usually at least watch the full season. This one I could not even. And of course that one is getting renewed for 2nd season. Shows that are very interesting and led by a diverse cast, with women, black women, queer people. These ones are not renewed, but this one, because it's starring Kim Kardashian, we're gonna renew it just because, even though it's one of the worst shows humanity has ever created. Anyway, next we have Emily in Paris. I as a French person, I have a history of not liking Emily in Paris. and as a reasonable person, I have a history of not liking Emily in Paris. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I'm French. It's just the fact that I am a reasonable person. It was alright. I'm gonna put it, what the hell am I watching? It was alright. But for the first like half, she was living in Paris, so like, okay. This show is just kind of stupid. Like, it's okay, it's fine, but like, it's kind of stupid. It's kind of poorly written. The characters are all stupid and unprofessional. Again, I wanted to make a review, but like, what can I say about the season that hasn't already been said about the others? Emily's finally trying to speak some French, and there's one thing. There's at some point she goes to like the bakery, she buys something, and she tries to speak in French, and then like an American or like a tourist something, like backs in front of her and almost like hits her, and she says something in French, and he's just like, "Oh, you French people," and she's like, "Oh my God, you thought I was French?" Wanda said, "No one thought you were French, Fame. No one thought you were French. That was a terrible accent, and I appreciate you trying, but like, you've been living here for a while, and that was a terrible accent. No one thinks you're French. No one thinks you're French." Again, it's kind of like a red show, so I'm gonna make a video about that, but like, what the hell? What the hell am I watching? Next we have Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I'm gonna put in see you next season. I am still watching it, it's still being released. The last episode comes tomorrow, actually, where I am. It's a very great show. I like it. I'm not very familiar with like the Percy Jackson's books and stuff. I watched the movies, but they were not very good. And this show is pretty good. If there's no next season, I'll be okay. But I would like to see what they do next season. So yeah, I'll see you next season. Next we have Abbott Elementary. I love this show. I'm gonna put it above Cassandra. Maybe, yeah, above Only Murders in the Building. Well, maybe not. Let's put it just after. I love Abbott Elementary. It's a great show. My mom is a teacher, so I was, I have some like I'm very biased. This show is just very good. I don't really have much else to say. It's just very good, and I can't wait. I always like, oh, there's a new season. Oh, great! Like, I love the show. Next we have Il Gatto Pardo. I don't know how you say it in English because I watch it in Italian. I'm gonna put this and watch it for the culture. Basically, what I know is that Il Gatto Pardo, it's a book that was adapted into a movie a long time ago, and now it was adapted into a miniseries. I really liked it. It was beautiful. The costumes were great. I really liked the acting. I didn't know anything about the story, and it was nice, Italian practice. I definitely watched it for culture. I don't think there is like another season. I think it was a miniseries. No, I liked it. I liked it. It was fun. But like, if there is not another season, I will be fine also. So like, yeah, okay. Next we have The Witcher season 4. I'm gonna put it, watch it for the culture. This is maybe a little high, but we all know The Witcher has been declining in quality since season 1. Season 1 was good. Season 2 was okay. And after that, it's been downhill from here. Here we have Liam Hemsworth as a Witcher, which was like, it felt bad. It felt like, no shade to him, like, it felt like I was not watching The Witcher anymore because like Henry Cavill is The Witcher, and so like I just like, it felt so wrong. It felt like a cosplay. It felt like the vibes were here. It wasn't him, He was like, who am I watching? This feels like a whole new character. I would rather have you like introduce a whole new character and kill off your role or something. Like, obviously you can do that, but like, it was like, you can't replace your main character. Like, if your main actor like leaves the show because of creative differences, like there's something deeply wrong, and like you cannot replace your main character. Like, it was okay. The vibes were here. We had some cool action scenes, but basically nothing happened. So you know what? I'm gonna put in what the hell am I watching? But like, above Emily in Paris, because we still had some good stuff, some good action scenes. But like, half of this stuff could not have happened. It would not have changed much. Like, if you ask me what happened in the season, except for like Yennefer and her battle with like the couples and stuff, while Siri is just like doing stuff, like doing random stuff, and then Geralt was like just walking somewhere and meeting people, and like, yeah, not very much is happening. And I didn't like the inclusion of like the little girl at the beginning, and then the girl at the end is like, oh, I feel like I have like my destiny is like tied to Siri and stuff. Like, if you really wanted to, like, it was supposed to tease you, like, oh, I can't wait to see how it goes. Like, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. So I didn't care for the way, like, in the first episode they told the story of like Geralt and what happened and stuff. Like, I guess they were trying to be a bit more like the book, because in the book it's much more like little stories that don't have like a timeline. Here it felt weird. It wasn't like, the vibes were here, the accents were here, but except for that, it wasn't very good. Next we have Ghost. So that was a French remake of the show Ghost that's originally from the UK and then from the US. It's also one of my most watched videos when I'm comparing the French and the American version. Obviously, I don't have access to the UK version, to any of the version. I have access to the first season of the US Ghost is on Netflix. I found a couple of the seasons and to watch them on another French streaming service. I made a video comparing the French and the American. Some people like, like they copied from the British. First of all, it's not the copy, it's a remake. I know I don't have access to the British. I wish I could, but like I don't have access to the British. So, but it's a very interesting thing to watch, like the difference between the characters, depending on like the countries and stuff. So, see you next season, but like when? See you next season. I'm gonna put it after the Haunted Hotel. Ghost after the Haunted Hotel feels right. So yeah, I can't wait to see where they go next with the season. It's very fun and it's very French. And I like it. I really like it. And finally, we have The Bear. That was in season 4. The Bear is also to me declining in quality a little bit, but I do not remember anything happened in this last one. It's fine. It's pretty much always the same. It's kind of redundant. The acting is great. The directing is great, but it's pretty redundant. So I'm gonna put it watch it for the culture at the top. But like, I don't remember what happened. Like pretty much. Like it's a good show, but like yeah, it's very redundant. The same thing happens again and again. They fight and they yell at each other, calling each other cousin, and it wasn't bad at all. But if you've seen like the previous season, you've seen this season too. Like it wasn't anything extraordinary. Anyway, here we are. Oh my god, we have a lot of things to see next season. I watched a lot of great shows, which wasn't the case for movies. So, right, let's see. I'm going to do a top 10 of my favorites and my non-favorites. I don't want to call them the best and the worst because it's just my opinion. But yeah, my favorite and my non-favorites. Let me just do a top 5. We don't have a lot, so I don't want to like take Percy Jackson and put it in my least favorite because I really liked it. So here are my top 5 non-favorites of 2025. Number 5, 4 Seasons. Number 4, Running Point. Number 3, The Witcher Season 4. Number 2, Emily in Paris Season 5. Number 1, All's Fair Season 1. And now let's go into our favorites. Here are my top 5 favorites of 2025. Number 5, Chat Hours. Number 4, Bref.2. Number 3, Outlander Season 7. Number 2, Adolescence. Number 1, HP Season 5. So here it is. Those were all the shows I watched that were released in 2025. That's insane. I had a great time last year. We had a lot of great things, and I can't wait to do it for next year. As I said, I will be doing a similar video for the books that I've read last year. I'm very excited about this. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon for a video. Bye!